Hey guys, Muka here, and we're just going to do a quick video on support and resist levels. So first off, if you haven't seen the trendline video, I'd like to direct you guys towards that. You should watch that before you watch this one, as the trend lines will help you define support and resist levels. There's a lot of different ways to define support and resist levels. I'll give you my definition, and that is a price range in which the stock pivots or respects either in support or resistance. The stock will either rebound or reject off of a certain price. And when I say a range, I say that because typically in a stock there's nothing exact or definitive, so it's a range of a price in which the stock respects and not a specific price point. So that is a big misconception in support and resist levels. The more expensive the stock, the bigger the range tends to be. So when we're trading penny stocks or sub pennies, the support levels tend to be really tight, close together. You may not even see the range that it's trading in. But when we're trading the big blue chip stocks, you'll definitely see maybe a 10 or 20 cent price range in which support and resist levels are. Or if you're trading something like S&P 500, it may even be up to $1 price range. So here's ENZN. This is a stock that I alerted about $1.20. I said if it breaks over $1.21, we should take this trade. And look, we're up 10 cents right now. So I'm just going to show you why we took this, and I'm going to explain the support and resist levels at the same time. So the first thing we want to look at is our daily chart. Always look at the daily chart. This will give you a general direction of the stock. And I'm just going to show you the interim, I guess this would be like the long-term support and resist levels for now. And that's going to be from here to here. As you can see, we're in quite a big channel, and our range for the support would actually be down here. As you can see, the stock pivots from this price multiple times and it comes down. And this is what we're looking for when we define a support level, is if we can encompass the most pivots, that is a solid support. And so our resistance range would probably be right in this area right here, and as you can see, we're stuck in resistance still. So we don't want to take this trade again yet or add to our position until we break out of resistance. Because it's still in this zone, it can still bounce off and come back down. So we want to wait for this $1.30 resistance level to break, and you can see there's no more resistance until you get quite a bit higher. So now we know the range that this stock is trading in overall, and basically this whole year. So let's clear this out, because we're not looking to invest in this stock. Well, some of you might be, but we're looking to trade this stock, so we don't care what's happening for the whole year. This just gives us a direction of where to go. So now what we want to find out is what the interim support and resist levels are, and what to look for. So when I initially alerted this trade, here's what we saw, and that was this resistance range here, and these support levels here. And so I was looking for it to respect off these support levels and break through this resistance level. And you can see this is at 121, and I believe the text message I sent to everybody was, hey, watch ENZN to go over 121, and we may see a move up higher. And you can see we made it up to the next resistance level. So you hear me say over and over again, when a stock wants to move up, what it has to do is break a resistance level. This is an indication of momentum. This is an indication of a shift in direction or strength in the trend. As you can see from in the past, when the stock wants to go down, it is the exact opposite. It breaks through the support levels and it comes down, and the support actually turns into resistance, and it just respects that. So that's another thing we want to look for, is once we break support, we're allowed to pull back down to these support and resistance levels, but what we want to see is the resistance turn into support, or the support turn into resistance if we're going short. So if this particular stock pulls back down to the resistance level, this has now become our support level, and this will be our resistance level. So now our chart will look something like this. And our range has gotten a lot tighter. So now in this particular trade, what we're looking for is, you could either take profits now, we're up 10 cents a share, that's a pretty decent gain, or we can wait until we come up to $1.35 or even $1.40, which would be the next two resistance areas, and try to squeeze out another 10 cents a share. So I want to show you another type of support and resistance. This is basically drawing trend lines. And we're just going to draw a line across the bottom of this stock here. This is BAC, and this stock has been trending quite well. And as you can see, you can have a support and resistance level in this range, and it'll tell you where the stock is going, and you kind of take trades off of this. As long as it's respecting the support, you don't want to buy expecting it to bounce off of it, but once it bounces and it shows that it's going to continue to respect the support level, then you can buy and expect it to go back towards resistance level. It might not reach the resistance, but as you can see here, if you would have bought it here at $14, you could have easily traded this for, I believe this is about a month time frame, and gained $2 a share. So back on ENZN, now that we see that stocks can trend into support and resistance level, I want to show you something else. This is what we call a sideways trade or a channel trade. And you can basically do the same thing here, is just draw your range of support and resist. And now you can see when the stock comes down to support, it bounces up, hits the resist, and just channels back and forth in between this area. And this is a sign of accumulation or indecision on the market, and what we're looking for is a breakout of this level and a continuation up higher. Or if the stock is getting weaker, it's going to bounce off the resistance and continue lower through the support levels and break down. ENZN is a really good example here of how these levels change and what we can do. So just drawing this trend line across the top of these here, this would have been resistance at this level. It broke up above it, then it turned into support, and it broke down, and it turned into resistance, and it broke up and it became support for just a day or two, and then it broke back down, and now it's resistance again. And then of course once it broke back up, it became support again. So as you can see, these levels are meant to be broken, they're meant to be changed, and they will change roles. So keep that in mind. Just because there's support there doesn't guarantee that the stock is going to respect it. It is meant to be broken, and it can change into a support, resist, and flip-flop roles. And if I zoom out on this trade, you can see it's done it multiple times. It's just flip-flopped this roll, and you can see now that we're going to continue higher and respect the support lines, and they're going to change again. So keep an eye on this. It's a great way to take trades off support, and you'll learn how to make sure you confirm it's going to go up before you buy. Don't try to anticipate moves. You'll hear me say that a lot. Wait for the confirmation of the move. Wait for it to break the resistance level before you buy. So just a little recap on ENZN, we now have what we would call a triple top off of that resistance level, and you have a little bit of a wedge shaping up here. So what's that mean? Hopefully if it breaks higher, a long-term uptrend out of this little channel we have going on here, and maybe here in the next few days, or it might pull back. But what we want to see is it respect this trend line, break out of resistance, and continue higher. Alright guys, I think that'll be it. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. I do have Skype and I have an email address. You guys can contact me. I will help you guys out. Just let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.